Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the man Polar Bear coming to you from the Polar Bear Sports Lair. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple different things. Some elite neighbors injury news, news about Thaddeus Dixon, and news about a cornerback coming in to work out. So, first, we'll start with Malik Neighbors. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, then or if you have been paying attention to the news, then you know that Malik Neighbors had a second surgery for his ACL. Okay, they say the surgery is to prevent stiffness or stiffness that was happening. There's a couple people who've put their 2 cents on it. I am not medically inclined by any means, so I'll let the experts talk about that. I have put my own 2 cents in some ways, saying that I don't see him being 100% in week one. Um, but I do see him making for the most part, return by, early mid-season. So on the Pat McAfee show, he dove into it, saying from who we talked to, and I assume they felt the same way. As soon as he's able to get full extension after this, which he will be able to do, there should be no holdbacks at all. That's basically, in a nutshell, what I've learned about in this situation. We know that Malik Neighbors has been out since week 4 against the Chargers. He had, three drives with Jackson Dart and looked electric. Then, of course, the Giants' curse takes hold and rips our star receiver, man. Not funny, but either way. Dan Duggan of The Athletic said the second surgery isn't expected to impact Neighbors' recovery timeline from the torn ACL and torn meniscus he suffered in week 4 last season. The Giants are still hoping their top receiver will be ready for the season opener. New coach John Harbaugh said on April 7th that the Neighbors' timeline is going to be more into training camp and closer to the season. Training camp is expected to start towards the end of July, giving Neighbors a little over 2 months to recover from his latest knee procedure. That's not a lot of time, guys. That's not a lot of time at all. I heard or saw a post somewhere, don't quote me on this, that he was still using some kind of cane or weight support device and still in a boot not that long ago. If he is not still in that, then it was not too long ago. Adam Schefter putting his 2 cents on it. I don't know that it was a huge setback, but it's not something you want to have happen for a wide receiver. They're still hopeful that he'll be ready for the opening night against the Dallas Cowboys. That Sunday night opener at MetLife Stadium. I agree with Schefter. I don't know that it was a huge setback, but you don't want that to happen to your wide receiver. It's never good to hear something like that happen. Tiki Barber had a different outlook on it, saying when you tear your ACL and it's, let's say, a clean tear of your ACL, it's so easy to have that surgery done. You wait a couple weeks, you strengthen your quad, you have the repair. The hard part is the rehab, getting the flexibility back. Ultimately, it comes back and you're fine. It's when you also tear your meniscus that it becomes an issue because it's hard to repair that fatty pad tissue. So, I mean, look, man, again, I'm not a medical professional, but these guys have played this game long enough, and a lot of guys have had the same injury, been around guys who've had the same injury. It all just comes down to how fast his body heals, the work that he puts in, his determination, which I don't have any question about. Barber also saying we now hear he's had a cleanup because he had stiffness in the joint, which tells me that something kind of got loose in there. And so I, unfortunately, feel that this is going to be a consistent issue for Malik Neighbors. And wouldn't that be in Giants fashion to draft and somewhat produce this star blue chip receiver And before he can even get his time to shine with a good quarterback and a good system, he tears his shit and he'll never be the same again. Very possible. Now, a 75% Malik Neighbors is still better than 50% of the receivers out there. So I don't want to just put Malik down and saying that, this is the end. But we haven't seen a lot of players come back from an injury like this and be, surpass what they were beforehand. Because Malik wasn't at his ceiling. We were still hoping for a rising Malik Neighbors. Does this throw him out of that talk? Has he hit his ceiling? Is it too early to tell? So many questions. So many questions. And I just hope the best for Malik and his health. I know he's trying his hardest. He's a hell of a player, and I love him I'd love to have him on our team. It's just all up to chance. It really is. How well it heals, and at what point do we get him back? I don't. Another question is, do we put him in knowing that he's not 100%? If he is playable by week 1, do we play him in week 1? Or do we wait till week 3, 4? Let him see the new process. Let him, sit on the sideline and still, make sure that knee is sound. That's what we need. We don't need him to go out, do a couple slants, and end up tearing the shit again in the first couple weeks. I'd rather have him in week 4 and there be a higher chance of him not re-injuring himself. So that's about it on the Malik Neighbors injury talk as of now. Another player that has been injured is Thaddeus Dixon. Undrafted rookie cornerback Thaddeus Dixon has suffered a season-ending torn Achilles tendon, ending his chance to stick with the New York Giants before it truly began. Dixon was injured during workouts on Wednesday. The Giants confirmed the injury Thursday afternoon. The Giants placed Dixon on season-ending injured reserve on Thursday and signed veteran defensive end Khalid Kareem to their 90-man roster. So we signed a defensive end, placed Thaddeus Dixon on injury reserve, and Kareem has played 34 games over 6 seasons. He played for the Bengals, he played for the Colts, the Bears, and the Falcons. More on Thaddeus. He came out of North Carolina, guaranteed $282.5 grand. Equals a full season of practice squad salary plus a $35,000 signing bonus. 6 foot 195. Had a 30 visit prior to the draft with the Giants. Dixon played 2 collegiate seasons with Washington and 1 at North Carolina. 34 games, 2 interceptions, 22 passes defended. Sucks, man. Again, I say it time and time again. I just want to see these players come out here and compete and stay healthy. I want everybody to have a fair chance and not be held back from the injury bug that always seems to linger around the Giants facility. For years, we have been plagued with this injury bug. It doesn't just happen to a third string receiver or a second string kicker, or it's our first string kicker, it's our first string receiver, it's our quarterback, it's our running back, it's our first corner, it's people of the most importance. Not putting down Thaddeus Dixon or anybody who is not a official starter on our team as of current, because you never know. A couple years down the line, they do become your starter. Every player is just as important as the next. Everybody's people. Everybody's people. Jesus Christ. Thaddeus Dixon out for the year, but we got Kareem. What's his name? Don't even know the guy's name yet. Khalid Kareem to our 90-man roster. We got one more article to go over, and that will be probably it. A little short of a video for y'all. We got a former Raiders cornerback coming out to work out for us named Sam Webb. Webb spent 2 seasons with Las Vegas across 2 separate tenures. He came in as an undrafted free agent in 2022. Flashed some potential rookie year with Vegas. He would rejoin their defense in 24 after signing for 1 year with the Panthers. 11 appearances. Excellent depth option for us. He has compiled 45 total tackles, 4 pass deflections, and 1 forced fumble across 4 seasons in the NFL. They say he'll be an excellent fit in New York. Could sign with the Giants as soon as this week. Not really much there. Just a guy coming to work out for us. Hasn't been signed. That's about it for today, y'all. OTA starts soon. Training camp isn't too far away. A lot of interesting stuff coming up, man. Prayers for Thaddeus Dixon, Malik Neighbors, and Darius Slayton is injured too, but appreciate y'all for sticking by, man. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon. Make sure you subscribe. Comment down below what you think of these articles, these things that are being brought up on the news feed. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking by. Peace.